Setting clear, specific goals is one of the most fundamental habits that can set you on the path to success. Goals are not just vague wishes or desires. They are powerful, concrete targets that give you direction, purpose, and clarity. Without clear goals, you may wander through life hoping for success but never truly working toward it. Success is not something that just happens by chance. It's something that is actively pursued, and that pursuit starts with setting specific goals. A goal is like a roadmap that guides you through the journey of life. Think about it. If you were to take a road trip without a destination in mind, you'd end up driving aimlessly with no clear sense of direction. The same goes for your personal or professional life. If you don't have clear, defined goals, you're simply drifting, hoping that life will lead you somewhere worthwhile. But when you set specific goals, you create a clear path forward. You know where you want to go, and you understand the steps required to get there. A goal is not just a wish or a dream. It's a clear vision of what you want to achieve, broken down into actionable steps. The more specific your goal, the more focused your efforts will be. For example, instead of setting a general goal like, I want to be successful, define it specifically. I want to increase my sales by 20% within the next 6 months. By making your goals measurable, you can track your progress and know exactly when you've achieved them. This also provides you with the motivation to stay on course because you can clearly see the progress you're making. Moreover, setting clear goals helps you maintain focus. Life is full of distractions, and without a clear goal in mind, it's easy to get sidetracked. We live in a world where distractions are abundant. Social media, constant notifications, and endless entertainment options can pull us in many directions. However, when you have a clear goal, you can resist these distractions and stay focused on what matters most. For example, if your goal is to complete a project by a certain deadline, you can make the conscious decision to decline distractions and prioritize the tasks that move you closer to that goal. Setting goals also helps you prioritize. Often we feel overwhelmed by the multitude of things we need to do. When everything seems urgent, it becomes difficult to figure out where to start. But when you have a clear goal, it helps you organize your actions by giving you a framework for decision making. You know what tasks align with your goal and which ones don't. This not only helps reduce stress, but also makes you more efficient. You focus on what truly matters and avoid wasting time on things that won't move you forward. In addition, setting specific goals allows you to create a plan of action. A goal without a plan is simply a wish. To achieve any goal, you need to break it down into smaller, manageable steps. If you want to run a marathon, for example, you wouldn't just decide one day to run 26 miles without preparation. Instead, you'd set a goal and create a plan that includes weekly mileage increases, proper nutrition, and rest days. By breaking your goal into smaller steps, you make it more achievable and less daunting. The plan becomes the roadmap that guides your daily actions. Another critical aspect of setting specific goals is that it helps you build confidence. When you set a goal, take action, and achieve it, you prove to yourself that you can accomplish what you set your mind to. With each goal you achieve, you build momentum and your confidence grows. This confidence fuels the pursuit of even greater goals. The more you accomplish, the more you believe in your ability to succeed. Setting goals also holds you accountable. When you have a clear goal, you are more likely to take responsibility for your actions and stay committed. You know exactly what you are working toward, and you can measure your progress. If you fall off track, you can see where you went wrong and make adjustments. This accountability makes it harder to procrastinate or make excuses. You take ownership of your goals, and that ownership drives you to keep moving forward. Lastly, clear goals provide motivation. When you know exactly what you're working toward and can see the rewards that lie ahead, it gives you the energy to keep going, even when things get tough. Motivation is not something that comes and goes. It's something you can cultivate by setting goals that excite you. When your goals are meaningful and specific, they ignite a sense of purpose within you. They remind you why you're doing the work and why it's worth it. In conclusion, setting clear, specific goals is the foundation of success. It gives you a sense of direction, helps you stay focused, provides a framework for action, and builds confidence. Goals are not just something you hope for. They are the targets you aim for, and with each goal you achieve, you move closer to the success you desire. Remember, success doesn't come by accident. It comes through consistent effort, fueled by clear goals and purpose. So take the time to set your goals today and watch how they transform your life tomorrow. Time management is one of the most critical skills you can develop on your journey to success. Time is the one resource we all have in equal measure, yet how we choose to use it will determine the level of success we achieve. There is no such thing as being too busy to succeed. The key lies in managing your time efficiently, prioritizing what matters, and eliminating what doesn't. The successful person understands the value of time and treats it as their most precious asset. The first step to effective time management is understanding that time is finite. Each day is made up of 24 hours, and you cannot create more time. How you choose to spend these 24 hours will either bring you closer to your goals or push you further away from them. Successful people don't allow themselves to waste time because they know that each moment is a chance to work toward their future. They don't take time for granted. Instead, they make deliberate decisions about how to spend their hours. When you view time as a limited resource, you begin to make better choices about where you invest it. Time management starts with awareness. You need to know how you're currently spending your time. For a week, track how much time you spend on various activities, from work tasks to socializing to watching television. At the end of the week, review your findings. You'll likely discover that much of your time is being consumed by activities that are not helping you achieve your goals. This awareness is the first step toward change. Once you understand where your time is going, you can make conscious decisions about where to allocate it. The next step is to prioritize. In the world we live in, there are always more tasks to do than there are hours in the day. Some of these tasks are urgent, while others are important but not urgent. The key to successful time management is distinguishing between the two. Many people spend too much time on urgent tasks that may seem important in the moment, but they don't contribute to their long-term goals. Instead, successful people prioritize tasks that are important to their growth and future success, even if they aren't pressing at the moment. They don't let the urgent things distract them from what truly matters. A simple yet powerful tool for prioritizing tasks is the Eisenhower matrix, which divides tasks into 4 categories: urgent and important, not urgent but important, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. Successful individuals focus on the tasks that are important but not necessarily urgent. These tasks are the ones that lead to long-term success, such as developing new skills, building relationships, or working on projects that align with their goals. By prioritizing these tasks, you ensure that you're working on what matters most, not just what demands your attention right now. Another vital aspect of time management is learning to say no. Many people fail to manage their time effectively because they say yes to everything. They take on tasks and commitments that aren't in line with their priorities, simply because they want to please others or avoid conflict. Successful people, on the other hand, are willing to say no to things that don't align with their goals. Saying no doesn't mean being rude or selfish. It means protecting your time and ensuring that you can devote it to what matters most. The ability to say no is one of the most powerful tools in time management. Time management also involves creating systems and routines that support your goals. Successful people don't rely on willpower alone to get things done. They create systems that make their success inevitable. This might include setting specific work hours, using productivity tools like calendars or task management apps, and establishing daily routines that set you up for success. Having a routine helps eliminate decision fatigue. Instead of spending time figuring out what to do next, you already know because it's part of your system. This consistency keeps you on track, prevents procrastination, and ensures that you're always moving forward. Additionally, successful time management requires flexibility. While routines and systems are essential, life is unpredictable, And sometimes things don't go according to plan. The successful person understands that flexibility is necessary and that the ability to adapt is just as important as the ability to plan. If something urgent comes up or a task takes longer than expected, don't panic. Instead, adjust your schedule and move forward. Flexibility allows you to stay on track even when life throws curveballs. Another key element of time management is focusing on one task at a time. Multitasking might seem efficient, but research shows that it actually reduces productivity. When you split your attention between multiple tasks, you're less effective at completing any of them. Successful individuals focus on one task at a time, giving it their full attention. This deep focus leads to higher quality work and faster results. To manage your time effectively, eliminate distractions when working on important tasks. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and create an environment that supports your concentration. Effective time management also involves taking breaks. Many people think that to be successful, they have to work non-stop. However, this is a recipe for burnout. Successful people know that taking regular breaks is crucial for maintaining productivity and focus. A short break can help you recharge, clear your mind, and come back to your work with renewed energy and creativity. Breaks prevent mental fatigue and allow you to maintain a high level of performance throughout the day. In conclusion, time management is not just about squeezing as many tasks as possible into a day. It's about making conscious choices to spend your time on what truly matters. When you learn to prioritize, eliminate distractions, create systems, and manage your energy effectively, you unlock the potential to achieve your goals. Time is a resource that once lost cannot be regained. So make every moment count and use your time wisely to create the success you desire. Personal development is the cornerstone of success. It's the foundation that holds everything else together, and it is the key to reaching your full potential. The world around you is constantly changing, and in order to keep up and succeed, you must also be evolving. The process of personal development is about continually improving yourself, gaining new skills, and expanding your mind. Successful people understand that the greatest investment they can make is in themselves. If you want to grow in your career, your relationships, and your personal life, personal development is where it all begins. The first step in personal development is becoming aware of your current strengths and weaknesses. Self-awareness is a powerful tool for growth. It allows you to recognize where you are in life, what skills you need to improve, and where you can push yourself further. Without self-awareness, you might find yourself stumbling through life without purpose or direction. But when you take the time to evaluate your own abilities, you begin to identify areas for improvement. You understand the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. This clarity is essential for moving forward. Self-awareness gives you the insights necessary to set meaningful goals, create a plan, and take action toward becoming the best version of yourself. A crucial part of personal development is learning new skills. The world we live in is constantly evolving, and new technologies and methods are being introduced every day. If you want to succeed, you must be committed to learning and growing, whether it's picking up new technical skills related to your career or developing soft skills like communication and emotional intelligence. Personal development requires continuous learning. Successful people are always seeking to acquire new knowledge. They read books, attend seminars, and take courses. They understand that knowledge is power, but only when applied. You can learn as much as you want, but without action, it means nothing. Developing new skills increases your value in the marketplace and allows you to take on new opportunities and challenges that will lead to success. Personal development also involves pushing past your comfort zone. Growth doesn't happen when you stay comfortable. Success requires stepping into the unknown and taking risks. This might mean speaking in front of a crowd, taking on a new project at work, or trying something you've never done before. Every time you push yourself out of your comfort zone, you become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling the challenges that lie ahead. Successful people embrace discomfort because they know it's the only way to grow. They don't shy away from challenges, they face them head on. It's through these uncomfortable experiences that you build the resilience, confidence, and strength necessary for success. Without pushing boundaries, you'll find yourself stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. One important aspect of personal development is self-discipline. No matter how many books you read or courses you take, if you don't develop the discipline to apply what you've learned, it will all be in vain. Discipline is what turns knowledge into action. It's the ability to stay focused, to keep working toward your goals even when it's hard, and to resist the temptation of distractions. It's easy to start something, but it takes discipline to see it through to completion. Successful people don't rely on motivation alone. They develop the discipline to take consistent action every day. They understand that the path to success is not always exciting, but it's always worth it. The key is to stay disciplined and keep moving forward, even when the going gets tough. In addition to building self-discipline, personal development involves cultivating a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that you can improve and develop your abilities through hard work and effort. This is in contrast to a fixed mindset, which believes that abilities are static and cannot be changed. With a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities to learn, not as obstacles to avoid. You embrace failure as a part of the learning process, rather than something to be feared. This mindset allows you to stay motivated even when things don't go as planned. It helps you bounce back from setbacks and continue striving toward your goals. A growth mindset is essential for personal development because it encourages you to keep pushing forward, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. Another aspect of personal development is emotional intelligence. Success isn't just about hard skills, it's also about how you manage your emotions and interact with others. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize and manage your own emotions, as well as understand and influence the emotions of others. It's about developing empathy, communication, and interpersonal skills that help you build strong relationships and navigate challenging situations. Successful people have high emotional intelligence because they can connect with others, inspire teams, and resolve conflicts effectively. By working on your emotional intelligence, you'll find that you can work better with others, build trust, and lead with confidence. Personal development also requires taking care of your physical health. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life, and if you neglect it, you won't be able to perform at your best. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, and adequate rest are all important aspects of personal development. When you feel good physically, you have more energy, focus, and drive to tackle your goals. Successful people understand that health is wealth, and they make their well-being a priority. They take care of their bodies so that they can perform at their highest potential day in and day out. Finally, personal development involves cultivating positive habits and routines. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of small, consistent actions taken over time. Successful people build good habits that support their goals, such as waking up early, setting aside time for personal growth, and making time for reflection. These habits become ingrained in their daily lives, making success feel effortless. When you create positive routines, you eliminate the need for constant decision-making. You create a structure that supports your success, making it easier to stay on track and continue growing. In conclusion, personal development is the key to unlocking your potential and attracting success. It's about investing in yourself, learning new skills, pushing past your comfort zone, and building the discipline to stay committed to your goals. Personal development isn't a one-time effort, it's a lifelong journey of growth and improvement. By embracing personal development, you equip yourself with the tools and mindset necessary to succeed in every area of life. Discipline is the backbone of success. Without discipline, even the best ideas and the strongest ambitions are likely to fail. The successful individual understands that motivation is fleeting, but discipline is a consistent force that propels you toward your goals, even when motivation wanes. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done whether you feel like it or not. It is what keeps you on track, regardless of distractions, setbacks, or obstacles. At its core, discipline is about making choices. Every day, you're faced with hundreds of choices, and your ability to make the right ones will determine the direction of your life. These choices are not always easy. It's easy to choose the path of least resistance, the one that's comfortable, the one that requires no effort. But success is not found on the easy path. It's found in the hard choices, the ones that require effort, commitment, and perseverance. The disciplined person chooses what's hard because they know that it will lead to greater rewards in the long run. One of the biggest challenges with discipline is the temptation of instant gratification. In today's world, we live in an environment that encourages immediate rewards, whether it's checking your phone every few minutes, indulging in unhealthy food, or taking a break when you should be working. These distractions can pull you off course and derail your progress. Discipline is about resisting the temptation to take the easy way out and instead focusing on what will serve you in the long term. It's the ability to say no to distractions and say yes to what matters most. Another key aspect of discipline is consistency. Motivation can fluctuate. There are days when you feel energized and ready to take on the world, and there are days when you feel like giving up. But discipline is about showing up every day, regardless of how you feel. It's about creating habits and routines that keep you moving forward, even when your enthusiasm fades. Successful people understand that success is the result of consistent effort over time. They don't rely on bursts of motivation to get things done. They rely on their discipline to keep them going when motivation is lacking. By building consistent habits, discipline becomes second nature. You don't have to think about it. It's simply part of who you are. Discipline also involves prioritization. In any given day, there will be countless tasks and responsibilities that demand your attention. Some of these tasks will be urgent, while others will be important but not urgent. The disciplined person understands that not everything deserves their time and attention. They prioritize tasks that move them closer to their goals and avoid wasting time on things that don't align with their objectives. By setting clear priorities, you can channel your energy into the activities that will have the greatest impact, rather than getting caught up in distractions or busy work. Moreover, discipline requires self-control. It's about controlling your impulses and delaying short-term pleasure for long-term gain. This might mean resisting the urge to procrastinate or avoid difficult tasks. It could mean saying no to social activities when you need to focus on your work or study. Successful people have developed the ability to control their impulses and focus on what truly matters. They understand that every decision they make either brings them closer to their goals or takes them further away from them. Discipline helps you make the right decisions consistently, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. Self-discipline also means holding yourself accountable. No one can force you to stay disciplined. It's something you must do for yourself. Accountability is the foundation of personal responsibility. The disciplined person takes full ownership of their actions and their outcomes. They don't make excuses or blame others for their failures. When they make a mistake, they take responsibility, learn from it, and move on. They understand that discipline is not about being perfect. It's about showing up, doing the work, and continually improving. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is its ability to build momentum. The more disciplined you are, the more momentum you create. When you stick to your routines, follow through on your commitments, and take consistent action, you begin to build a snowball effect. Small actions lead to bigger results. Discipline helps you maintain that momentum and build on your successes. Every step you take forward reinforces your commitment, making it easier to keep going. As you build momentum, your discipline becomes stronger and your results become more significant. Discipline also involves the ability to delay gratification. In the short term, it's easy to indulge in things that make you feel good now, watching TV, eating junk food, or avoiding work. But the disciplined individual knows that true rewards come later. They delay gratification, understanding that the sacrifices they make today will pay off in the future. This long-term thinking is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up halfway. Successful people are willing to put in the work today, even when they don't see immediate results, because they know that the rewards will be much greater in the long run. Discipline is also about learning from your failures. No one is perfect, and no one succeeds without encountering obstacles along the way. However, the disciplined person doesn't let failure stop them. Instead, they use failure as a lesson. They analyze what went wrong, make adjustments, and try again. Discipline is about maintaining a positive attitude in the face of setbacks and using them as stepping stones towards success. Every failure is an opportunity to grow, and the disciplined person understands that it's all part of the journey. In conclusion, discipline is the foundation that holds everything else together. It's what transforms dreams into reality. Without discipline, success remains an elusive goal. With discipline, success becomes inevitable. The ability to consistently make the right choices, stay focused, and take action every day is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Discipline is not just a trait, it's a habit, and it's one that can be developed and strengthened over time. By making discipline a part of your daily life, you'll find that success will naturally follow. In conclusion, success is not a matter of luck, but a result of consistent effort, focus, and discipline. The key habits that attract success: setting clear goals, managing time effectively, committing to personal development, and cultivating discipline are the building blocks that will guide you toward your dreams. These habits are not just fleeting actions, but lifelong practices that, when consistently applied, will transform your mindset and your life. Success doesn't happen overnight, but with the right habits, the right mindset, and unwavering discipline, it becomes an inevitable outcome. Remember, success is not just a destination, it's a journey shaped by the choices you make every day. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and let your habits lead you to the success you deserve.